Now I could have skimped a little bit and just used plain carpenter's glue on this, but I wanted to use this more expensive waterproof glue. I think it's also quite a bit stronger than carpenter's glue. And in the event that somebody should get the bowls wet, and there should be a crack develop somewhere, and water should get into the crack, at least the glue won't let go. Now I've cut more than enough pieces that I need. In fact, I've probably got enough extras that I can make a whole extra bowl. So the 13th bowl will be my test bowl. I'll test it for strength, and I'll be able to just check and just see how strong these joints really are. It'll be kind of interesting to see. The glue on these rings has cured now for about 4 or 5 days now. And I find that if I let it cure for 4 or 5 days at least, there's less of a chance of it loading up my sandpaper on the drum sander here. Every time I take down my dust collector hoses and hook them up to a machine and then have to put them back, I tell myself, next project I'm going to have a more permanent dust collection system set up. Wouldn't be actually that hard to do, probably only take a day or two, and it'd save me having to do this every time. Now I know I've mentioned this before, but because I've got a wide-angle lens on here, it makes my workshop look a lot bigger than it really is. And if I want to use something, I've got to pull it out, use it, and then push it back. Now, you know, I really shouldn't be complaining because this cement floor indicates where my original workshop was when we moved into this house about 30 years ago. So I guess I actually have it pretty good right now. So anyway, back to these glued up rings. I better get at them and get the old drum sander cranked up. And by the way, these are the extra ones for the 13th bowl. Now I don't know if you happened to see my video on my rusty table saw and how these rings were causing rust on the table saw. I'm not going to take any chances here. So, put a cloth down. Don't need to worry about corrosion. Now I still have my old sanding belts on here from the last job I did. It's got that glue embedded on it. This goes back about a year or more. I use these old belts every time I want to do something that's got a lot of glue on it. I'm going to use my sled here, and that way there's less chance of the rings flipping up. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the string on. I'm not going to be sanding the sides anyway. They'll be turned down on the lathe. And this string can only help. Can't hurt anything. You know what? I take it back about what I said about it can't hurt anything. It actually could. It's possible that one string could ride up over top of the other and make it so that it's not even here. So I think I better take the strings off. Now, if you could see noise, you'd be getting a real eyeful right now. I've got the drum sander going, the dust collector going, the vacuum cleaner going, and the air cleaner going, all at the same time. And boy, is it noisy. I guarantee you, I got my ear protection on. I've passed these rings through about 3 times on each side now to get them down to where there's no glue showing. And no use doing any more, it's not going to get any smoother.